Ronda Rousey vs. Shayna Baszler, MMA rules. First and foremost, you never know what can happen in WWE, and Money in the Bank was no exception. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler were set to defend their women's tag team championships against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. But the champions didn't make it through the match. The finish of the women's Money in the Bank match included a big surprise. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler have been friends for years. But that seemingly came to the end at Money in the Bank. Shayna Baszler's assaulting her best friend, her partner, Ronda Rousey. Former friends, allies, and WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler will face off in what is sure to be a personal, hard-hitting matchup with MMA rules. Their friendship stunningly imploded at WWE Money in the Bank when Baszler attacked Rousey by hitting her from behind, allowing Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to capture the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships in the chaotic aftermath. The Queen of Spades followed that up by verbally assaulting her former partner and lamenting the fact that her own path to WWE was much more difficult than Rousey's. In the following weeks, the two superstars have come to blows on several occasions, and with no hesitation, they agreed to battle at SummerSlam on Saturday, August 5th inside Ford Field in Detroit. I think the winner will be Shayna Baszler. Logan Paul vs. Ricochet. The high-flying Ricochet will take on the Maverick Logan Paul in a matchup of moment makers live at SummerSlam inside Ford Field in Detroit. Ricochet has captivated the WWE Universe for years with his explosive moves and gravity-defying leaps, but one superstar that is far from impressed is the arrogant Paul. As the self-proclaimed most viral superstar in WWE, Paul believes himself to be the king of content and won't rest until he defeats Ricochet to claim his throne. Will Ricochet put a stop to Paul, or will the Maverick walk out victorious? I think the winner will be Ricochet. Intercontinental Champion. Gunther vs. Drew McIntyre. The ring general Gunther faces his toughest test at SummerSlam when he collides with the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre. Ever since McIntyre returned at Money in the Bank, he has made his intentions clear: the ring general and his Intercontinental title. The last time the two were in the ring together, they and Sheamus competed in an incredible Intercontinental Championship triple threat match that stole the show at WrestleMania 39. Since then, Gunther has been on a tear, obliterating the likes of Mustafa Ali and Matt Riddle in retentions of his Intercontinental title. The Scottish Warrior had been absent since WrestleMania until his thunderous return inside the O2 Arena in London. Gunther's desire to protect the sacred mat will be tested, as McIntyre has gotten the better of him on several occasions since his return. Can McIntyre end the historic reign of the ring general? I think the winner will be Drew McIntyre. WWE Women's Champion. Asuka vs. Charlotte Flair vs. Bianca Belair, triple threat match. When SummerSlam descends on the Motor City, Asuka will attempt to retain her WWE Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair in an incredible triple threat showdown. In recent weeks on SmackDown, Asuka's respective title defenses against Flair and Belair have ended in chaotic controversy. Against the Queen, Bianca hopped the barricade to engage the 14-time Women's Champion. Against the EST of WWE, Flair attempted to stop Bayley and Miss Money in the Bank Sky from interfering in order to protect her own interest, but she accidentally took out Belair to cause a disqualification. With the situation quickly spinning out of control, the WWE Women's Champion, the Queen and EST of WWE will battle it out in a total free-for-all, the biggest event of the summer. I think the winner will be Charlotte Flair. World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor. As SummerSlam, World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins will once again go head-to-head with the Judgment Day's Finn Balor, with Senior Money in the Bank Damian Priest surely lurking in the shadows. At WWE Money in the Bank, Rollins overcame Balor in a hard-fought showdown for the World Heavyweight title, with Balor's fellow Judgment Day member Priest appearing mid-match with his newly captured Money in the Bank contract in hand, though the outcome of the match left a bad taste in the Prince's mouth. After the title matchup, Balor voiced his issues with Priest about what happened at the Premium Live event. Priest fired back that he was only at ringside to intimidate Rollins before making it clear that he would be world champion sooner or later. As a result, speculation began to run wild over the subsequent weeks regarding the future of the Judgment Day. All speculation seemed to disappear on the July 10th edition of Raw, however, when Senior Money in the Bank and Balor worked together with Dirty Dominic Mysterio to execute a 3-on-1 attack on Rollins before working in perfect tag team precision to overcome the visionary and undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a 6-man tag team match. Is the controversy truly over between the members of the Dark Faction? The following week, a refocused Balor launched a surprise attack on Rollins as the title holder was taking part in a sit-down interview, and it was only a matter of time before a rematch at SummerSlam was made. Will the tension between Balor and Priest resurface? Will Priest cash in despite his connection to the Prince? Or will Rollins continue his incredible run to once again reign supreme over his challenger? I think the winner will be Seth freaking Rollins. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Brace yourself for all-out anarchy, as Cody Rhodes will once again lock horns with Brock Lesnar in a highly anticipated rubber match at SummerSlam. On the Raw after WrestleMania, Rhodes was suddenly ambushed by Brock Lesnar just before the two were set to join forces against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa in tag team action. The Beast brutalized Rhodes to a shocking and uncomfortable degree, obliterating him with steel chairs. At WWE Backlash, the American Nightmare evened the score when he overcame the Beast in an explosive showdown. The following night, however, Brock again attacked Rhodes as the American Nightmare was competing in a tournament to crown the World Heavyweight Champion. The Conqueror picked up a victory over Cody at WWE Night of Champions by applying the Kimura lock on his opponent's already broken arm and causing Rhodes to pass out from the pain. With each competitor having defeated the other, Rhodes issued an open challenge for Lesnar to return and tangle with him anytime and anywhere. On the July 3rd edition of Raw, Lesnar finally re-emerged and kicked off an explosive brawl with Cody that ended with the American Nightmare hitting the Cody Cutter on the Beast and sending him out of the ring. Cody challenged Lesnar to a rematch at SummerSlam, and Lesnar responded by coming to the red brand and attacking Rhodes before putting him in the dreaded Kimura and not letting go in front of Cody's family. Undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns vs. Jay Uso, Tribal Combat. At SummerSlam, main event. Jay Uso will look to dethrone the most dominant champion of the modern era, undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. It's Tribal Combat. At WWE Money in the Bank, Reigns and Solo Sikoa fell to the Usos in the Bloodline Civil War, with Jay becoming the first superstar to pin the head of the table since WWE TLC 2019. After the monumental showdown, Reigns was forced to endure Tribal Court Live from SmackDown at Madison Square Garden, but he unleashed a trap that saw him and Sikoa lay out both Usos and forced Jimmy to be taken out of the arena in an ambulance. Jay and Reigns have a very complicated story. After the cousins' battle for the Universal Championship in 2020, Jay joined forces with the head of the table and immediately began to compete on a higher level. Following the return of Jimmy, the Usos went a long way in strengthening the dominance of the Bloodline week after week, including embarking on a historic reign as undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions and helping Reigns overcome his opponents in numerous title showdowns. As a result of Reigns' abusive behavior, however, Jay and Jimmy eventually left and took the dominant faction down along with them. On the same night that Jimmy got taken out of the world's most famous arena, Jay returned through the crowd and used a steel chair to ambush Reigns and his younger brother Solo before challenging his cousin to a title match. Then in Roman's absence the following week, Jay executed another vicious attack, this time on Solo and special counsel Paul Heyman. On the July 21st, 2023 episode of SmackDown, the match was set with Reigns appearing to also put his tribal chiefdom on the line as well. It's tribal combat where anything goes but no one can interfere until Jay and Roman's match is over. No disqualification, no count out. The only way to win is by pinfall or submission. Will Jey Uso once again pin Roman Reigns and end the greatest title reign in the modern era?